Hola, clase de español. Buenos días. I want you all to know, quiero que ustedes sepan que he disfrutado viendo su trabajo. I have enjoyed looking at all of your work that you've been handing in. You're doing such a great job. Keep up the good work. Vamos a repasar un poquito. Let's review a little bit of our Spanish. Hola. Repite, hola. Buenos días. Repite, buenos días. ¿Cómo te llamas? Repite, ¿cómo te llamas? Me llamo. Repite, me llamo. First and second grade, when we want to say, and you, y tú, repite, y tú. And we can use y tú when we ask somebody, ¿cómo te llamas? What's your name? And that person says, me llamo, my name is, and then their name, and they can say back to you, y tú, which means and you. So even kindergarten, you can practice y tú. Repite, y tú, which just means and you. Today, voy a presentar dos preguntas más. I'm going to introduce two more new questions for you to ask someone when you begin a conversation with them. If you wanted to ask someone how they were feeling, what question would you ask in English? You could say, how are you? Now, how are you? You can answer that lots of different ways in English. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm really good. I'm okay. I'm not so good. There's lots of different ways to answer that question, and we're going to learn more ways a little later on in the year. But today, hoy vamos a aprender cuatro frases en español. We're going to learn 4 phrases in Spanish to answer that question, how are you? So to say how are you in Spanish, we ask, ¿cómo estás? Repite, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Repite, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás means how are you? Now, before I give you the answers for that, we need to learn how to say I am. In Spanish, we have 2 ways to say I am. In English, you say I'm tall, I'm short, I'm happy, I'm sad. In Spanish, we have 2 ways, and we're going to talk about those 2 ways a little later on, but I'm going to introduce the 2 ways very simply today. So, when we talk about our feelings, we want to say I am, we say yo estoy. Repite, yo estoy. Yo estoy. Repite, yo estoy. Yo estoy means I am. And sometimes in Spanish we can leave off the yo. Yo means I. Repite, yo. We can leave off the yo and just say estoy, because that word estoy means we know it means I am. So it's kind of like saying I am, but in English you can't say am happy, am sad. But in Spanish we can actually say that, estoy, and leave off the yo part. But to practice, we'll practice it with the yo. So to say I'm good or I'm fine, yo estoy bien. Repite, yo estoy bien. Bien in Spanish means good or fine. Yo estoy bien. Now, what if we wanted to say that we're not just good, we're really good? Then we would say, yo estoy muy bien. Repite, yo estoy muy bien. Muy means very or much. So this is like we're saying, I'm very good or I'm very well. Yo estoy muy bien. Muy bien. Very good. But what if we're just feeling not so good? Maybe we're upset about something or we're not feeling well. Maybe we're starting to get a little angry. We're just not okay. We're feeling kind of bad. So to say that, we would say, yo estoy mal. Repite, yo estoy mal. Mal in Spanish means bad, but when we're talking about our feelings, it can mean a lot of things. Upset, we're starting to feel sad, or we're feeling sick. So it could mean number of different emotions. And there is emotion, a word for sad and angry. We're going to learn those later. But when we're just not okay, yo estoy mal. Repite, yo estoy mal. What if we're feeling okay? Yo estoy así así. Repite, yo estoy así así. Now, there are lots of ways to say okay in Spanish. Sometimes you might hear the word regular. Yo estoy regular. Repite, yo estoy regular. Or, yo estoy más o menos. Yo estoy más o menos. Repite, yo estoy más o menos. So those are just some ways to answer the question, ¿Cómo estás? If I asked you, ¿Cómo estás? Ahora, now you can say, Señora Melendez, yo estoy muy bien. Yo estoy así así. Yo estoy mal. Now that word muy, very, we can actually, if we're feeling really bad, we can say, yo estoy muy mal. Yo estoy muy mal. Repite, yo estoy muy mal. So we can use muy with estoy bien, estoy muy bien, estoy mal, estoy muy mal. Now, la segunda pregunta, the second question. What if I wanted to ask you where you were from? That could mean lots of things. It could mean if we were in another country, or if you came here from another country, I could say, oh, where are you from? Or I could be asking you, where are you from in the city of Philadelphia, in the city of Philadelphia? So to ask where you're from, ¿de dónde eres? Repite, ¿de dónde eres? ¿De dónde eres? Repite, ¿de dónde eres? To answer that question, in English you would say, I'm from Philadelphia, or I'm from Upper Darby, or I'm from Lansdowne. Lots of different ways to answer that question. But you would still use I am. Now, for feelings, we learned yo estoy. This is the other I am. Yo soy. Repite, yo soy. So to say I am from, yo soy de. Repite, yo soy de. Yo soy de Filadelfia. Repite, yo soy de Filadelfia. You can fit here wherever you're from. Whatever part of Philly you're from, you can say that after the word de here. So, two more questions that you can ask people. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿De dónde eres? Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Cómo estás? Now you have more questions to ask someone in Español, in Spanish. we're going to be learning a song, and I sang a little bit of it last time, and my voice is not that great. But you're going to be repeating after me. It has a lot of our vocabulary in it. Hola, buenos días. Hola, buenas tardes. Now, when I say this part, ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? You're going to put your hands out like this. When I say ¿Qué tal? In Spanish, that's an expression we use to say like what's up or what's happening. So if I say ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? What's up? How are you? Vamos a repasar. Let's review. Hola, buenos días. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Now for this next part, you're going to cross your hands, your manos over your chest and say, Estoy muy bien, gracias. So it sounds like this. Estoy muy bien, gracias. Let's try again. Hola, buenos días. Hola, buenas tardes. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. Adiós, buenas noches. Remember, adiós means goodbye and buenas noches means good night. Adiós, buenas noches. Adiós, hasta mañana. Hasta mañana means see you tomorrow. So let's try that section. Adiós, buenas noches. Adiós, hasta mañana. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Estoy muy bien, gracias. If you were in primero or segundo grado and you were here last year, you might remember us singing that song in la escuela, in school, and it's helpful to practice or review our vocabulary that we're learning with greetings and farewells. All right, for your assignment, what I want you to do, kindergarten, you guys are going to draw a face of how you're feeling. And you can choose from one of the expressions we learned today. Yo estoy bien, I'm good. Yo estoy muy bien, I'm very good. Yo estoy mal, I'm not okay, I'm not good. Yo estoy muy mal, I'm really not good. Or yo estoy así, which is I'm okay. So show me that, an expression. You can draw it on a piece of paper, your face, and show me that expression. I want you to send me a video of your picture and you saying the expression in Spanish. And I'll have the vocabulary listed for you to remember what each phrase means. On the back of your paper, I want you to draw me a picture of where you live. And I want you to practice yo soy de. So maybe you live near a park and you want to draw yourself near a park in the city. You could say yo estoy, I'm sorry, lo siento, I'm sorry. Yo soy de. Even Mrs. Melendez makes mistakes. Yo soy de. I'm from. So you would say, Yo soy de Philadelphia, and maybe you can draw yourself in the city of Philadelphia. Or maybe you're from Northeast Philadelphia, and you can draw a picture of yourself in Northeast Philadelphia. Wherever you're from, draw yourself, and then practice the phrase Yo soy de on that side. You can do it on two separate papers or one paper with one picture on one side and the other picture on the other side. Okay, Kinder, we're done. You can shut the video off and get started. Adios. First grade. First grade, you're going to draw a picture of your face to answer the question, ¿Cómo estás? And you're going to write the Spanish phrase underneath your picture. So if I draw a picture of my face and I'm happy, I'm good, I'm going to write Yo estoy bien and show what that looks like on my face. On the other side, I'm going to draw a picture of where I live and I'm going to write the phrase Yo soy de and the name of the wherever I live, and you can write that down. Philadelphia, you can write that down. So that's what your assignment is. You can do it on 2 papers or just 1 paper with 2 pictures on it and just flip it over. Be sure to send me a video of that. Okay, first grade, adios. You can stop the video now. Second grade. Do you remember we were talking about tú and usted? And we talked about that there are 2 ways to say you in Spanish. There's a formal way, and we say usted, and an informal way, and that's when we use the tú. Most of all of our questions we've been learning have been in the informal way. We use the informal when we're talking to people our age or younger. So to say, ¿Cómo te llamas? Or ¿Cómo estás? ¿De dónde eres? All of those questions are in the tú form. I'm talking to someone my age or younger. But the usted form is different. So, for example, if I wanted to ask an adult how they were feeling, I would say, ¿Cómo está usted? Repite, ¿Cómo está usted? This is the way we would ask an adult how they feel. The answers would be the same. Yo estoy bien, yo estoy muy bien, yo estoy mal, yo estoy así, así. The answers don't change, but the question does. The way we ask questions to adults or people that we have to say Mr. or Mrs. or Doctor or Pastor, we need to ask in a respectful way. So in Spanish, we have a way that you've been learning so far, the tú form, people that are our age or younger. Even if you have an older brother or sister, you would use the tú form. People that you know well, you can call them by their first name. You would say the tú form of the question. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿De dónde eres? ¿Cómo estás? But when we talk to adults, we have to use the usted form. So how are you? In the usted form is ¿Cómo está usted? And if we wanted to ask an adult where they were from, we would say ¿De dónde es usted? Repite, ¿de dónde es usted? It means, where are you from? And the answer would be the same. Yo soy de. So the answers don't change from the question. It's just the way we ask the question. So that's one thing that I want you to remember, that when we ask adults, we have to use the usted form. And we're going to be learning more and more the usted form. And don't forget, when we ask an adult their name, I'm going to review that one, we would say, ¿Cómo se llama usted? Repite, ¿Cómo se llama usted? And the answer would be the same, me llamo. Now, if I wanted to, if an adult asked me my name, and I was a child, and they said, ¿Cómo te llamas? And I said my name, but I wanted to ask them their name, I wouldn't say ¿Y tú? I would say, let's see if you can guess. Can you guess? I would say ¿Y usted? ¿Y usted? What's your name? And you? But you respectfully, because now I'm asking the adult their name. So those are some things to remember, that even in when we ask how are you to an adult, ¿Cómo está usted? If we ask an adult where they're from, ¿De dónde es usted? Okay, so we use those questions to people that we have to use a title with, like Mr. or Mrs. So second grade, your assignment is going to be the same. You're going to draw a picture of how you're feeling and write that expression underneath. And you're going to send me a video of you practicing. I want you to practice the question, ¿Cómo estás? And answering it in Spanish. Yo estoy, and whatever feeling you choose. The same thing on the back, you're going to draw a picture of where you're from, and you're going to write yo soy de. Again, in the video, you're going to ask the question, ¿De dónde eres? And answer it, yo soy de. All right, second grade, that's all I have for you this week. Adios, hasta luego.